And what's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new episode of Yes for the Mess, where we talk about celebrity gossip, hot topics, and all things reality TV based. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I intend on doing the exact same. What's going on to the Scotty gang? What's going on to the people that are just now tuning in and subscribing? And what's going on to all the hate watchers that are always watching? What's going on, you guys? Now, before we get into what we're here to talk about, let's talk about what we got coming up on the platform. Now, on Wednesday, the Chasing panel is back, and we will be discussing episode 2 of Chasing Atlanta. Make sure you tune in as Scotty, Jamar, Terrence, Tramel, Carl, and Jeremy Speaks all come together to talk about this brand new episode of Chasing Atlanta. Then on Friday, make sure you guys tune in to another episode of One on One. It's the 3rd episode, and we will be talking to intelligent, unproblematic YouTuber Calvin Michaels. Make sure you guys tune in. I'm very excited about this collaboration that we're doing this week. I'm very excited. I've been wanting to work with him for a while now. He's one of my favorites on here. And I truly appreciate him giving me the opportunity to talk to him. So make sure you guys tune in to that. And then on Saturday, it's the Love and Mayor Charlottesville live review. Make sure you guys tune in to that. I will be going live right after Terrence goes live. All right. So with that being said, that's pretty much all that we got for the church announcements. So let's go ahead and get into the mess. Now, as you guys already know, I've been talking about Married to Medicine today. All right. And ain't that much really going on right now in the blogs anyway. But we talking about Married to Medicine, and Married to Medicine is returning this November, and I will be reviewing it. I haven't reviewed Married to Medicine in about 2 or 3 years now, but I'm back on the prowl, and I'm going to do it now. So, according to Urban Bell Mag, Dr. Heavenly stated that bringing Dr. Gregory and his new wife on Married to Medicine saved Quad's job. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna read a little bit of the article, not everything that they stated, but we're gonna read a little bit of the article, and then we're gonna give a little bit of commentary, and then you guys are gonna give your commentary down below in the comments. All right. So as we all know, that Quad Webb was not happy about Dr. G and his wife Letitia joining Married to Medicine. All right. Um, apparently, Married to Medicine fans have had a lot to say on social media about this upcoming season. You know, Phaedra joined. Dr. Heavenly said that Phaedra adjusted just fine, but she had to learn the differences between RHOA and Married to Medicine. And Heavenly also said that Phaedra had to be called out for throwing rocks and hiding her hands. And Phaedra got red for some of her actions, although she is liked by the rest of the cast. But interestingly enough, Quad's ex-husband, Dr. G, has returned, and he just married a woman named Sweet Tea. Now, she has joined the show as a main cast member, right? So recently, Quad opened up about this on Heavenly's YouTube channel. Quad stated that the issue is that she believes she was owed a conversation beforehand, but she did not get that. That bothers Quad because she sees herself as a staple of the show since its conception. But she wanted to also acknowledge that the cast didn't make that decision. Well, interestingly enough, Dr. Heavenly said that the casting decision was necessary to save Quad's job. Now, while Heavenly recently interviewed Sweet Tea on YouTube, T talked about being asked multiple times to be on the show. She finally became confident enough to do it because of the encouragement from Heavenly and Dr. Jackie. So Dr. Jackie had something to do with that too. Apparently, this detail made some of Quad's supporters question Heavenly's loyalty. One person wrote, but when Heavenly spoke to Quad, she was supporting Quad and saying that it was disrespectful. And now Sweet Tea is saying that Heavenly encouraged her to come on the show. Were you thinking about Quad's feelings or only your ratings? I'm disappointed. That's going to cause some issues between you and Quad. Heavenly responded with, "You're mistaken. What I said was, I understand how she feels disrespected. I still do. But at the end of the day, we all made choices. She made hers. Quad and this lady have no beef, and she didn't date him while they were married." Another Instagram user said, "Dang, Heavenly, my first time being disappointed with you. This is why I don't trust nobody. I stay to myself because the betrayal is real." In response, Heavenly wrote, "That's because you're not thinking about this the right way. Having T on the show gave them a reason to keep quiet. So I'm actually helping them both." So that is pretty much what Dr. Heavenly said. Now, I believe now that was some stuff that people was putting in my comments on the last video that I posted earlier today, where Funky Dineva revealed that Toya and Simone were out here befriending Miss Sweet Tea and encouraging her to be on the show. But apparently, Heavenly and Dr. Jackie also encouraged Miss Sweet Tea to join the show as well. Now, this is my opinion about the situation. Just like Heavenly said, now I will say this. I'm going to go back and say what I've already said on the other video. I know y'all don't like for me to repeat myself, but I got to in this instance. I feel Quad on some things. It's a human reaction. Like, why are you putting me in this situation with this man that abused me? And I'm here with I got to film with my abuser and his new wife. That's too much. Why do I have to be forced to be put in that position? You know what I'm saying? Why do I have to be forced? I feel like a compensation should be owed to me. You know what I mean? In order for me to feel comfortable in this situation as the people that's over me. And some people were comparing this to the whole Candy and Phaedra thing about like how Phaedra told a megawatt lie that could have damaged her reputation. And Candy said she didn't want to film if Phaedra was there. The network made their decision and they decided to keep Candy. But in this instance, also the network made their decision to not give about Quad and decide to bring that lady on the show. And Quad made her decision by staying on the show. See, the difference between the Candy and Phaedra thing is this. Candy made a statement saying, if y'all bring Phaedra back, I'm not coming back. So y'all can make that decision. That's on y'all. If y'all decide to say to hell with me, I'll leave. I got money, I'll leave. But if you decide that Phaedra is not a fit, I'll stay. Quad had that same decision. If you don't want to deal with Dr. G or his wife being on this show, you don't have to sign on that dotted line at all, sweetheart. You don't have to. You could have made that same stand that Candy made. If y'all gonna bring Dr. G on this damn show with his wife, just to spite me, I'm not coming back. You know what I mean? But apparently, the network or the production team really didn't find much value in you. And they felt like by them bringing Dr. G and Sweet Tea to this show, it will bring something new for you. Because really, Quad ain't had no storyline since Mariah left, since her husband left. So now she's instigating, creating issues with people when she could be doing that as a friend of, to be honest. Most people feel like Quad should not be on Married to Medicine because she's no longer married to medicine. But what about all these shows where, Basketball Wives, where the ladies were once basketball wives or basketball wives basketball fiancés or basketball baby mamas, and they still on the show? So why not let Quad stay on the show? I mean, she was married to medicine, so why not have her on the show? Is Phaedra married to medicine? Has she mentioned anything about a doctor boyfriend? Why is she on Married to Medicine? You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the happenings of these conversations. Y'all happy about Phaedra being on the show, but we don't know what doctor she dating. And I doubt this so-called doctor she dating, we are gonna see him. And why is she here? But y'all happy about her coming there. You feel what I'm saying? Then another thing is Quad actually was married to medicine. So she's still here. She has a prior connection to medicine, so that's why she's still here. But once again, some people don't feel bad for Quad because, I mean, you stood there and you allowed the people to kick Mariah off the show, and that's the same person that brought you to the show. And everybody feels like, well, most people feel like you had a big part to play when it came down to that situation with Miss Mariah. So it's like people feel like that's your karma and the tables do turn. You know what I mean? So I think that Dr. Heavenly feels like Quad doesn't really have a purpose. And with Dr. G and Sweet Tea coming along, she has her purpose. She gets to stay on the show and get a check. Because what does Quad do outside of Married to Medicine at this point? You know what I'm saying? And Married to Medicine, if she does do other things outside of Married to Medicine, that means that Married to Medicine is her biggest check. So it's like, what exactly is she doing outside of this show? So for me, if you already got a long dollar, you wouldn't even come back for this bullshit, to be quite honest, if you really being real about it. Because somebody like Candy who got money, she didn't give a she said, if y'all bring Phaedra back, I'm leaving. And she still says that to this day. So that's why I don't understand when people be, trying to blame her for blocking Phaedra, but I don't think she blocking her. She just says she ain't gonna come back if Phaedra come back. And if the network decides to bring her back, she'll just step. So Quad could have said, if y'all bringing her back, I ain't coming. But because Quad probably needs this big check, she decided to stay. So yeah, the human side would feel some type of way about y'all bringing this lady and her and Quad's ex-husband onto this show. Yeah. Why? Yeah, I feel disrespected. But if I felt very as disrespectful as Quad said that she feels, I'll leave. I ain't got to take this. It's all about self-respect for me before the money. It's just like, I feel disrespected at my job when I had a managerial position and they took it from me. And when they decided to try to give it back, I said, no. They was like, well, what about the extra money you gonna get? Oh no, I don't give a fuck about the money. It ain't even about the money. It's about the respect. I prioritize my respect. And I felt like Quad prioritized the money before her respect. And that's why she's still on the show. But now she want to complain about it. That's my personal opinion. Um, Dr. G was still friends with the husbands, so he has a reason to be on the show. So it's just like, I mean, whatever. That's how I see this shit. Like it can be seen a lot of different ways, and it goes back to what I said in the last video. These networks does not care about you or your motherfucking feelings. They all about their green dollar and ratings. And Married to Medicine has been flopping in the ratings for quite some time now. So it's like, what are you doing? They're thinking about what they can do to keep the lights on. And Married to Medicine, as much as, like I said, as much as people talk about Housewives of Atlanta and their ratings, baby, Married to Medicine ain't seeing them in the ratings. Even when they flopping, they ain't seeing them. So that's just the truth here. So that's all I really got on Miss Quad and Dr. Heavenly. But I do think that it's very interesting that Dr. Jackie has something to do with this shit too. So is Quad gonna be mad at everybody on this mother? I have no idea. However, that's pretty much all I got, you guys. So with that being said, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. If you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out of here. And until my next video, I will talk to you guys a little bit later. Bye, y'all.